Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM21. It's Worst to First, episode number 3. The Marvel superheroes take off in another opportunity to grow as a team. It's still very, very early in the season. Only 4 players so far have learned their position, plus goalkeeper. So 5 players know their position of the 11 that are going to be on the pitch. One good sign, though, is we are starting to see a few relationships building between players. So there's a few mental things that generally take a while that are happening really quickly for us based on strong personality types. And then there's other things that just aren't there yet, and certainly will be at some point. But that's what we have. I mean, we're down to a few players that are unhappy for playing out of position. Iron Man getting his debut today. You know, it's a mixed bag. But this team is already coming along, which is very, very surprising this early on. So that strong potential and that strong personality type that most of them have has so far paid off for us quite well. So tall. That's Thor in the back. Line it off for Wolverine, who is quite short. I mean, you can really see the height differences in a few of these characters. They're not stock. They're not run-of-the-mill. All right, well, here we go. Game underway, and we should be down 1-0. Very early. They get a clear chance on the volley. Can't get it on target. Free kick here. Another chance over the top, and he hits the woodwork and it ends up coming back out and gets cleared. Very lucky not to trail. So we are playing against the London Lions. The London Lions are the league favorite team, though currently they are not at the top of the league. They are actually behind us in the standings. We sit 3rd place. They sit in 5th place, but they are definitely favored for this game. We are starting to pick up as Jean Grey folly on that one, and that very nearly goes in, but I think we actually got called. It was saying free kick at the bottom. I think we might have been called for an offside on that. That through ball doesn't make it through, and another chance to go on the run. Smart teams are going to do this to us, and great. Oh, what a chip shot from Ollie Collier on that one. That is a good goal. That really is a good goal. Slight injury. Okay, let's do it. Wolverine's got to come off. A little knock. I'd rather see the team remain healthy and injury-free than picking up results, especially this season. You know, I'm not too concerned on whether we come out on top this season and see promotion this season. We've got to grow. We've got to develop. Offside on that one. All the chances just about have been the London, well, I guess we're a London team too. The Lions. Hill with a knock. Gets a free shot on that one, but he sends it high. And we go into halftime. I think lucky to be down just 1-0. 7-2 on the shots. We do not have percentage of possession. Our XG is quite low. They have the goal that they deserve. Let's see if we can do something like pump fists. Wasn't good enough. Show them a better half. No. Boy, no response today. Alright, well, second half underway. Looking at the team. Physically, we're doing fine now with Spider-Man in there anyway. After the knock to Wolverine. Doctor Strange throws that one in. Black Panther on a yellow. Spider-Man gets a chance. I think he was offside. He was behind the D. But he hit the side of the net anyway, so he missed his chance on that one. Jean Grey struggling. Groot is struggling. Doctor Strange is struggling today. All things considered, a team that everybody's above that 1 on current ability now. We are seeing development, but it's all very minor. And we're still subpar for where we should be for the league. But I think that the mental aspect of these players is helping them play a bit better, especially because it's against 10th tier. That doesn't necessarily have strong mental attributes and doesn't have strong skills, even if they are better. Jean Grey dropping below a 6. That's a good way to get yourself subbed off. And we're looking at, Ant-Man or Black Widow. I think it's Ant-Man. I got to remember who I'm training at what position until they actually learn those positions. Oh, we are in stoppage time. It looks like we're going to finish this one down 1-0. We need to go very attacking if we're going to try to grab a point. Doctor Strange gives that one away. See a lot of those mistakes until the skills develop a bit higher. But we are seeing a lot of those 6s now at 7s, and progress is being made. We'll go out of bounds with that one. We're going to be out of time here. Let's see if we get one more chance to attack. Captain America starting deep in our own end is not good. And the long ball is the final whistle. That's it. 9-5 on the shots, 49% possession. Not a good performance, but all things considered, with how bad we actually are, being on the road and being competitive is good. Yeah, it certainly could be a lot worse than it is. And I expect that we are going to struggle in some games early on. So, good effort. Demotivated. Okay, fine, whatever. With that, they're now within 1 point of us. We slipped to 4th place, but not bad. Not bad. I mean, we easily could have gone without scoring points this season, or very few. We've already scored more points than I expected to see, at least through the first half of the season. So I have picked up a bit of a different view, custom screen here, and you can see, at least according to the assistant manager, where the players are at. We can see which ones are developing a little bit faster. We can actually see their progress over the last couple months and see who is growing and developing. You see Hulk and Storm, really the only two that aren't growing much at all, though Storm's growing some. And that's the only difference between those two, is the fact that Storm is getting playing time and Hulk is not, because our goalkeeping training is atrocious right now. You can see the actual training performance and who is developing there currently. Their overall happiness, so we can keep an eye on that. Hierarchy, so we can see when players break out of the other player's realm and can start taking on leadership type roles out on the pitch. Appearances, goals, assists, standard stats, average rating, points per game. This is one that I think matters a little bit more. Are they contributing to an actual complete team performance or not when they're getting that playing time? So I like to keep an eye on that one. The XG, new stat, new feature in the game. I definitely want to keep an eye there. And this is chances created per 90 minutes. So this is a real standout place. You can see Deadpool and Doctor Strange. My tactic seems to really, really favor the fullbacks getting in on the offense. They're long balls over the top to the speedy strikers. Of course, we're not speedy in any way right now, but hopefully we can get there at some point and see that develop. The next match was a good win for us, 4-0. And born from that is happiness throughout the team. Training performance is way up, and you can see the progress over the past week has jumped significantly for the players. And actually, this is showing over 3 months. So the continuation of this. Good sign. Let's go ahead and check in on the players themselves, though, and see. Black Panther still just pushing towards 7s. He's about halfway there. Black Widow almost all the way across the board, 7s. Now joining her up there is Captain America on that list. Cyclops falling back a little bit as he's been learning his position. Still awkward there. Deadpool still not showing a lot of growth. Doctor Strange is finding that little bit of a relapse as he's learning that fullback position, but getting there. Still unconvincing, but it's coming up. Gamora is coming along now. Jean Grey, another one who has been developing there, and we can see now she's showing up pretty well on the charts for that. So she'll nearly be done learning that role and being fully natural there before too long, and then hopefully we'll start to see this rebound. Hulk is now the only player showing up under 1 star. And you can see the only development we've had is a slight increase in positioning. So without playing time and without quality coaching, poor Hulk is struggling like crazy. Iron Man developing rapidly, especially now getting into the side. Heading is still a 6, but outside of that, everything is showing up at 7s. Leadership hasn't gone up just yet. Storm as a goalkeeper showed a few positive signs, but definitely growing slower than most of the players. You can see we've doubled the size of the coaching staff in the last 2 weeks. So, of course, Nick Fury, already the director, Professor X, the head coach of the team. We added assistant coach Max Moss. Since then, we've now added head physio James Lewis and assistant coach Alan Hamichi for the U18 squad. So it's a step in the right direction. It's still not much of a coaching staff. James Lewis, for example, is a 6 in physiotherapy. It's quite bad. But that's all we're going to get until we can develop a little bit of a reputation. Speaking of, a quick check-in on how that's doing, it's a 5. It's very, 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 very low. But we'll do whatever we can. We'll get by however we can, and we will grow at whatever pace we can manage. 2 or 3 weeks away from trying once again to see if we could push the board to accept an upgrade to the training facilities. I don't know if 3 months in is too soon. It might take 6 months before we can start to get that sort of thing. But if they're going to use time as a factor on a consistent basis, that's going to make this challenge a lot more, because training wise all we're seeing is I need to add that in here, an actual training rating. So we can see the training ratings. Some of the players are down in the mid 6s. Most of the players are in the low 7s, and only a couple players are really, really excelling beyond that point. And they're all players that are in the side and coming off strong performances. Wolverine had 2 goals in the last match. His training rating jumped from a 7 to a 9.2. So the boost of a strong performance is helping him out. But in general, our training ratings are quite low, much, much lower than they could be or should be. But that comes down to our facilities are at an absolute minimum, and our coaching staff is at an absolute minimum, right? The goalkeeper's part really stands out. Storm, her training rating almost a point higher than Hulk, again, because she's getting the playing time. And that's it. The competitive games making a big difference. And then that's all we can manage. So to develop the team as a whole, we're going to have to be careful to still find some balance. I'm going to have to get Hulk some game time, especially when results don't matter as much this season. I don't think we're going to compete for the league title, and then here we are now in second place with the highest goal differential in the league. I don't know if the mental attributes alone can really carry us that far. It's a short season. There's only 14 teams, so 26 matches. We're 9 matches in already. So how far can we get? Right? We've done a month and a half of development. We have many months to go in the season. So they can develop a good little bit, and they're going to get more and more competitive as time goes on. So it's part of me is trying to push for enough development so that we can start climbing the ladder immediately in this first season, and then maybe next season, as that first group gets better and stronger, and as the team has a little reputation and we have better coaches, then the other group starts to filter in a little bit more often, and we rotate and develop wholly as we're more competitive and stronger overall, and hopefully then also competing well at the 9th tier. So I think that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I need to get the best players I can get on the pitch as often so we can grab some results so that we can start climbing the ladder. Otherwise, we lose a whole year of competitive balance down the road. If we can promote every season along the way, just staying ahead of the curve, as a whole unit, then that's great. This season, though, we've got to just get ahead of the curve, period. Following another wild affair where we picked up a win, 10 goals scored, we got 6 of them. 2 weeks later, we finally have our next match in the league. There's going to be a bit of that this season with such a small league. We're going to have 2-week breaks here and there. Heading into this one, we add more positional familiarity for some. Thor, the primary one, our very first non-midfielder. And I think there is something behind that, setting everybody to left and right midfield. Center mids, the wingers, all picked up their positions a little bit more quickly than somebody completely out of that realm, center backs especially. So Thor is the first of those defensive line players to gain a full tactical familiarity. So that's a good sign. Also, the tactics themselves, the gegenpress that they're learning, we were all over the place with this one, with a few areas right away, everybody being familiar with, and lots of areas where we were well off from that. But you can see now we're getting up there where almost all of the first 11 are fully fluid in the tactical familiarity side of things. You can see we still have a bit of work to do for Iron Man, who's just started getting in the side anyway, so that makes a little more sense there. And then our defense, who's still struggling to figure out their roles, but a lot of that comes down to not even knowing the position. So I get it. I see it. Still some red areas, still some weaknesses in the squad. We are far from a complete product, but considering how bad we were, and it was all red at the start, this is quite rapid that we've sorted things out. We're down to just 3 players that are unhappy about being out of position. Again, there's that positive sign. It was 7 just 3 weeks ago. It's down to 3 now. All right, and we kick off 11th match of the season, already nearing the halfway point. Groot, nice interception there, starts counterattack, but that's the end of the highlight. Can't turn it into anything. Thor, nice header ahead, but we send it way back instead of into the midfield. Deadpool, gonna pick this one up. Nice ball over the top, and there is Groot with the header and puts it into the back of the net. Cartwheel for good measure. Groot, never knew he was so agile. 8th goal of the season for the winger. Well done on that header. Not much redirection of that ball. It was pretty much headed that direction. Gray, offside. Oh, okay. Not chalked off. By the way, we are playing the 13th place team in a 14-team league. Gene Gray looked offside to me, but oh, no. One player who's not marking anybody at all. No one in their zone whatsoever. Put everyone on side. That's the mental piece. There might be more skill in that player than our players have right now. There might be more physical strength, speed than our players right now. As certain mental attributes are going to be higher, but that was bad. That was really bad. If I were a manager, I'd be tearing into a player for doing that. There's Jean Grey, lays it off for Wolverine, gets shot off, has a little bit of space, but kind of a tight window. Defender at either post, directionally anyway, and so ends up blasting it down the middle straight to the keeper. Bedford FC here playing in a 5-3-2 with wingbacks. And so far, it's really not working out for them as we lead 2-0, approaching the half-hour mark. Drury over the top. Looked like a hint of offside, and yes, the offside is called. Storm up to a 7.0 in the rating now. Deadpool's up with the assist. Again, fullbacks creating chances. Here's Groot, recovers the ball, gets it to Gamora. What a shot! Wow. A 6-7 rating, and she's able to produce that. That was an excellent shot. Good read, too. Gets in behind the defense to the gap, puts it on the left foot, bangs it into the side of the net with power. No bend or anything. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't flashy. And again, that's a 10th tier kind of thing because Premier League, that ball's saved every time. Injury, Wolverine. Not good. Not good. I can't remember who it is that I've been training as the reserve striker. I think it's Spider-Man. No pep talk. We'll just get him out there. Get him going. Hopefully Wolverine's not hurt too bad. But again, I'm not too worried about injuries, even though we only have 18 in the squad. The injury proneness is so low that I could see a lot of these turning into non-injury situations. Out for the match, but okay, it's just a knock. Second half underway with a very healthy lead. Defense, though, always a problem, in particular due to a lack of speed. Thor just 6.4 on the rating, 6.3 now, kind of showing that the defense is not our strong suit. Deadpool's rating only up there because of the assist, the offensive aspect. Chance there, but Storm able to hang on to it. Way too close. It was only just above her head. 70 and Wolverine's hurt. Sorry, Groot's hurt now too. Yikes. Okay, yeah, man, let's get you in there. 2 injuries already in the side. That's worrying if they are actually going to persist and be long-term injuries, just as we don't have that great a depth. Ooh, nice chance there. That was a good goal for them as they claw one back. Just 13 minutes to go in this one. It's probably a bit too late, but you never stop trying. Cormac, good first touch. Good pass. Wardley just in a small little pocket of space. It was not a big hole. They weren't unmarked. It was just well played. Deadpool, nice ball, and there is Jean Grey. Wow, Deadpool, great ball on that one, and we immediately get that one right back. I don't know where's the defense. Who's picking up Deadpool on this one? Clearly nobody. And Jean Grey, that's over the shoulder. Not bicycle kick because she was upright, but that is an over-the-shoulder, left-footed, claw-back kind of goal. That is excellent control. Here is Wardley with another chance, and Wardley goes wide. I don't know how they get a corner kick here. Did Storm get a piece of that? I didn't think she got a piece of it, but if she did, that's a brilliant save because it was only wide by inches. Go cautious. Last 2 minutes. Too late for the last sub. We're fine. Here's Iron Man setting up the counterattack. And that's it. 4-1 victors. Surprised how often we're getting results. I mean, look at that. XG. We're behind. We are behind in XG for this game. Just 0.89 compared to 1.42. Yet little moments of brilliance are enough. It was 11-10 on shots. We had possession, but they had so many advantages, and somehow, and here's one really strong thing, and that's that mental piece. Fouls were 24-4. Groot is injured, 6 to 7 weeks. That's going to hurt. 3 to 4 for Wolverine. We do have replacements. We do have depth, but each injury piles on, and it's going to make it a little bit harder. It's also going to make it a little bit harder for them to see through their development. All right, well, a week to go in October. It was early November that I am planning to have a go and see if we can push the board to improve the facilities, as they are quite bad right now. So we'll see what we can do about getting something going. I mean, we don't even have a youth level right now, but a week away from giving that another shot. And otherwise, the progress is definitely there. It is kind of slow. I mean, the performance, the progress, it says it's high, but of course, I don't see really any new attribute points across the team this month than I did a month ago. So it is going to take a little bit of time. It's not instant. If you really think about it, it's how this game's built and how it works. So even with 200 potential, it's going to take them a while to develop. I don't think anybody has gone above a 6 or a 7 in ability at this point. It's better than it was, and they are progressing. So all signs point in the right direction. But it's going to take us a good amount of time to actually get something. It's going to take quite a few seasons to see them come up. And that speed factor, if it's going to take them 4 or 5 years to have enough speed to be competitive, that's scary. It's scary for how badly that can hurt our defense with just simple balls over the top from opponents with any amount of speed whatsoever. They're going to get a lot of goals that way, and it's going to make some of our results a little difficult to come by. But we do see progress again in the position development this time more than anything else, and kind of once that's secured and everybody really has their positions down, I can see us starting to hopefully take off in the attribute development side, as they're not focusing on learning a position any longer. Maybe. We'll see. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.